Hey, Becky, how you doing?
Hey, Bri, how are you?
Good, good. Did you have a good weekend?
I did. Did you?
Lovely. Yes, I did. So I went to TCA, which is Television Critics Association, and we were there for the Prophet, which was fascinating. But most interestingly, I ran into Angus McFadden.
Now, you mentioned this to me before we started this, and I said that name is really familiar, but who is he?
Okay. Angus McFadden played Robert the Bruce.
Who I definitely know.
In Braveheart.
Yes.
Right. And Braveheart is one of my top 10 movies, and I told Angus this.
Yeah, it's in my top 5, I will tell you.
Okay.
Like, anytime Braveheart is on, I will stop and I will watch it, and I can quote lines from the movie. You asked me who my favorite guy was, aside from Mel Gibson and the Irish guy.
I love the Irish was great.
He's good, yeah.
So, and I guess the way I define a top 5 movie is anytime it's on, I can watch it to the end.
Yes, I would agree with you with that definition. That works. So,
Okay. What are your top 5-ish movies all time?
Yeah, let's say 5-ish.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
there are probably a lot that could work their way in, and I may forget one or two. But I would definitely put Braveheart in the top.
Okay.
Because, again, that is a movie I will watch again and again and again. And then I started thinking about it, and I realized most of my top 5 movies happen to be trilogies. You know, are movies that are series or things that go along because The Godfather. My gosh, I've seen every one of those again and again and again. I will watch it all the way through. I'll turn it on in the middle and watch it for a while until I have to go to bed. So The Godfather ranks with that. Star Wars. And
that surprises me a little bit, Star Wars.
No,
Not that I didn't like it, but...
No, I remember standing online for the very first Star Wars in my Chewbacca shirt before I'd ever even knew what it was. There was such a fervor. I remember it was down in Houston. It was in a leaf. It was actually in Sugarland right behind us. And I remember waiting online because we had to wait all the way around the back, and I was standing by the dumpsters waiting. And I've never done anything like that since or before. So the Star Wars movies, and by that I mean the first 3, which are really the second 3. So
yeah.
The ones that we know and love, those are the ones I'll watch again and again and again. The other ones I'm okay with. I've seen a few times, but not as much as those first 3 that hit the theaters. And then I guess I would have to say, let's see, The Lord of the Rings.
Loved it.
Loved all 3. And, again...
Give me a comedy. You got to have a comedy that you love.
I don't have a great comedy. You mentioned...
Wedding Crashers.
Wedding Crashers I love, but you know what? I wouldn't put that in the same with any of these.
Okay, I gotcha.
Comedies really kind of fall in the back half. Although I love a lot of them, but there's none that I can watch again and again like that. And then probably my favorite movie of all time also happens to be one of a series, but it's only the first one that's any good. Jaws. That movie scared me to death when I was a kid. To this day, I have images, like I get scared at the beach every once in a while and have to come back in. When I was a kid and saw it, though, I didn't jump in the deep end of a pool for a long time. And then when I did, I'd jump and I'd swim right to the side.
I stayed out of the beach, out of the ocean the whole summer, and I have a love-hate with Jaws, but I'll give it a top 10.
Yeah, so those are my best.
Thanks, Beck.
Thank you, Brian.